Good day everyone, this is Dude. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm bringing you something kinda cursed. I will be going over the basic rules of Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me collectible card game. In another video I will open some of these booster packs. That's not for today, but I'll put that there. This is just an empty box. That's where the cards and rulebook came from. This is just another one of the boxes for the starter set. Now, a few things about this. All the starter sets are exactly the same. So, I got these for dirt cheap a while ago. So I have a bunch of extra versions of these. So if I ever do a giveaway, someone's going to get some cursed items. Okay, so let's go with the upside. Each starter pack gives you 60 cards. Gives you 30 of the evil and 30 of the good. That is where things start. So this game you can have anywhere between 2 to I believe it was 6 players, which should be a fun party game. Anytime you have more than 2 players, well, even 2 players, it starts, one person has either good or evil, then the next person next to him would have the opposing. If there's a third, they can be either or, but if it's even numbers, then it would be the person then. Now, it wouldn't be splitting this deck. They'd each have their own decks of 30 cards. But that's just to give a 4-player setup, essentially. So, everyone has opposing decks next to them. Pardon me. Now, the thing is, this game was created back in 1999. So some of the rules and all are a little dated. This is back when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was a thing with the military. So there are rules about the love that shall not speak its name, and yeah. Anyway, we'll cover that in a minute or two. So, in this card game, if you actually were trying to collect all the cards, there are 140 different cards. 10 of them are only available in one of the starter sets. And again, all the starter sets are the same, so you're guaranteed to get those 10 specific cards. For example, Dr. Evil is one of those starter set exclusive. And then the booster packs have a breakdown of 1 rare, 3 uncommon, 7 common cards per pack. So 11 cards per pack in those. And as you can see, this is 30 11 card booster packs. Rated PG-13. And information on the booster packs actually comes from a little instruction book. So going over the cards, you have a few different types. You have agents. So for example, these are both agents. Dr. Evil In particular, he's an assassin, as noted by the gun. And let's see. Side. There we go. And we have, and this is the actual name of it, a shag character with the lips. Each card provides each agent provides its own vibes. So, for example, Cherry here gives one groovy and one shagadelic. And I will not be going into the rule definitions of those because I do not want this video suddenly marked as 18 plus. Again, it's based on a movie and a time where it shows its age nowadays. Where Dr. Evil, when played, provides two creepy vibes. The goal of this game is to either get 100 mojo total or $100 billion. It's one of those, if you've seen the movies, it makes absolute sense. This is very tongue-in-cheek, very much playing on a lot of the jokes that were actually in the movie. So, one of the ways when you're playing attacks / shags is you're playing freaking bone. So you're trying to throw a freaking bone to see who will actually prevail in an attack / shag. And I'm still just shaking my head that I've actually said that aloud. Pardon. So, for example, say I had two agents on my side. So I find a card I can play with them, and haha, I have none. So anyway, let us talk about the freaking bone. So, these are the cards that you play on top of an attack to power up. And you're using your combined vibes from all your active agents. So, that would be a shag, so it would have to meet these requirements of one groovy, one shagadelic, and one creepy. When you play one, then your opponent plays one. And you're trying to get the highest amount of either mojo or billions of dollars. So, for example, if I was to play this freaking bone, it's 15 mojo versus this one, which is 10 billion. Of the two, this one would win. But if you have multiple agents and multiple vibe levels, you can play multiple bone cards until you're exhausted your current hand. If you're playing in a multiplayer setup, you can then ask someone to throw you a freaking bone, and then another player can essentially assist by providing one of their cards to help you win that round. Either blocking or defending. Or attacking or blocking. It's a strange game. So, get those back together for a second and put back to Dr. Evil. You also have what was the name of these cards again? Ah, yes. Swinger cards. Because they go two ways. I swear I'm not making that up. That is actually what the directions do tell you. You have the top action, which doesn't require any vibes, or the bottom, where if you have the vibes, you can play that instead. In that regard, fairly simple. So, but if you win an attack, then your agent goes into your win pile, and the freaking bones go along with it and add up and can no longer be used for vibe totals. Now, going into the actual playing of the game. Everyone starts by drawing 6 cards. Then you'll have your draw pile, and a discard pile. You play your cards. I miscounted and drew 5. So, okay. And I will get into another thing in a minute about why there's multiple of agents. Anyway, you play your agent, then you can decide whether or not do anything else at that turn. Moves on to the next, going clockwise. Now, at the end of your turn, you are to even up, which means if for whatever reason a card told you to pick up or draw multiple cards, you have to discard till you only have 6, or you draw until you have 6, unless another card has changed that size limit. And there are a few that do that. Now, let's see. So I flip these around aimlessly. There's one. Oh, there we are. So, as the rules state, because cloning and time travel are a thing in this universe, having multiple of the same agent in your hand or in opponent's hands doesn't really matter. It's all canon. So, yeah, that's a weird thing. Now to go over some of the more collectible aspects of this. As I bring this closer and go, okay, the focus is meh. So, really tiny here. You'll see a 3-petal flower, and below that is a number of the card. So this is number 24 in the set. And I believe a 3 makes it a common. If it's a 4-petal card, it's uncommon, and a 5-petal card is rare. Now, some of these cards, like, here we go, Dick Fighter Pilot, does not have a flower on his card. He's only available in the starter set. Now, what he does have is the rocket. So, if, say on my turn, I played Dick Fighter Pilot, oh my god, it looks like a huge... My opponent then can play Rod, Hot Salty Nuts Vendor, Nuts, not Salty Nuts, who wants some? And then I can play the Johnson Radar Operator card free of charge until we're out of cards that have the little spaceship icon as the running gag from the movie. So it goes back and forth till the chain is broken. So yes, this is an interesting game. So here's where the rules get a little questionable. So we have Rod here. He's a shagger. He can only attack other female characters of the opponent, where Johnson, being an assassin, can attack anyone. Now, here we go. Yeah, making sure it's from the same. Wanda here, being a female character, can only attack male characters since she's a shagger. This is where the rules get a little outdated. And there's a few cards which talk about the love that shall not speak its name. Because, yeah, they just didn't want to say if lesbian or gay or... That wasn't kosher at the time. So there's a few cards where it's going, okay, those can only go after the same sex in that scenario. Obviously, if you're playing this in the current year, you can modify those rules as you see fit. Pardon. And now the last thing, deck building. So, as it starts, one of the starter sets gives you 2 full sets to play. So I can play a game against one other person, no problem. 2 can play 4 people. In this, there are little colored dots. And say there's a purple one, green one. I know it's hard to see. It's hard to see on the cards. It's very tiny. But the colors you have are red, orange, blue, yellow, green, and purple. And the rule for these 6 colors is you have to have 5 cards each per color. That makes up the 30 card deck. However you align those 5 cards per color is up to you, using the booster decks. So that is how you end up building decks from the booster collection. So anyway, thank you very much for your time, and have a good day. Take care. Bye.